Uh, Okay, you are live now, ma'am. You can start.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks, ma'am. But ma'am is still okay. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to the session. We started the Tally, that is TallyPrime, and I'm sure everybody downloaded it from the net because I already instruct you how can you download it. Download it from the net. You should download it in a educational mode because whenever you start the Tally, it gives you the option whether you want to start in an educational mode or you want to buy. So let me share the screen. I'm sure I already shared my screen and I'm going to tell you about the again how can we start the Tally and how can we select the educational mode. Okay, so everybody have the shortcut of TallyPrime on your desktop. Just double click over it. When you double click it, it gives you the option whether you want to start in an educational mode or you want to buy the Tally. Like if you buy the Tally from the net, then you will get a one license key. Okay. So please wait. It is going to start. Okay. Now it is giving me the four options. The first option is continue in educational mode. Second option is use lessons from network. The third option is reactivate existing license. And the fourth option is activate a new license. Now, what are these four options, right? Let me explain. First option, I'm skipping this. Use license from network. Now, what is a network? First, you should understand the network. If network means connectivity between the autonomous computer, it forms the network. Suppose in your offices, you are having 10 computers. In your office, you are having 10 computers and all the computers are interconnected through the network. Okay, network. If you want to build the network, then in that case, you have to build the structure networking. You have to make the structure networking through the devices. And I'm assuming in your offices, network is there. All the 10 computers are connected with each other and they share the document from each other. Now, if you have the license of Tally on the server, and in that case, first of all, you have to take the license from the Tally in gold edition. Now, what is a gold edition? When you want to purchase the Tally from the net, then it will gives you the major two option, whether you want to go for the silver edition, whether you want to purchase the silver edition or whether you want to purchase the gold edition. Now, the difference between the silver edition and the gold edition, silver edition means you want to use it on a standalone machine. Okay, on the standalone machine. And gold edition means you want to use it in a multi-user environment. That's mean network. Okay, anybody want to say something? Okay, so if you want to use it on a network, then that's mean you have to purchase in the Tally Gold edition. So this is the use license from network option. The third one is reactivating existing license. Sometimes, our system have been formatted due to some reason, due to the viruses or due to the unfortunate, like the light has been gone and our system become a corrupted. So in that case, you have to format your system and again you have to install the Tally. Then in that case, you have to take this option, that is reactivate existing license. The fourth one option is a completely the fresh Tally. If you want to install the Tally and you already have the license because you already purchased the license from the Tally server. In that case, you will get a one license key, then you can activate the new license. Okay, but presently we don't have any kind of license, neither gold edition, nor silver edition, nor the system is a formatted. So I have to go the continue in a educational mode. Now the difference, educational mode is a free of cost. You can directly download from the net and you can use this option, and it is the free of cost completely. But some restrictions are there. You cannot enter the entry apart from the first, second and 31st. Like suppose you want to enter the entry of 3rd April, then you cannot enter the entry of 3rd April in a educational mode. So we are using the educational mode. Is it clear? Is it clear? Just write down if you have some query, then write down in the question answer box. Otherwise, I'll move ahead. Okay. Anybody have some doubt? Okay. So I'm moving ahead. In the first session, I already told you about the tally. How can we how can we create the ledgers and how can we make the trial balances? Because Tally is an ERP system. ERP means it integrates all the modules in a single system. Okay, for example, again, I'm going to repeat the previous process, like first session process. That is what we already created some ledgers. We can check from here, alter or chart of accounts or alter. You can check how many ledgers you created. You created the ledgers, that is capital. The first is a capital account. Second, cash is already created by the Tally itself because by default Tally created two ledgers. One is cash and second one is P&L account. Third, I created, that is the furniture account, machinery account, purchases, RAM account, sales account and Sham account. These are the ledgers which I created, and then already I put it the opening balances of it. All the opening balances of ledgers will goes to the trial balance. Okay, how I can check the trial balance from here? Display more reports. In a gateway of Tally, there is an option of display more reports. Then go to the trial balance. See, all the balances, whatever I inserted through the ledger, automatically it will shift it to the trial balance. Alt F1 is a shortcut key to check in a detail mode. To check in a detail mode. Otherwise, it will only show you the groups. Isn't it? Next. This is our trial balance. Now you can check the P&L also. You can check the P&L also because I'm sure everybody knows. Okay, the first one question I'm asking from your side and I expect the answer from your side. Whatever the balances are shifted in the trial balance, how many effect will be there? Like suppose in a trial balance, capital account balance is there. How many effect will be there? For capital account, how many effect will be there? Please tell me. Are you getting? What is the question? Are you getting? Kushi, answer me. How many effect will be there? Whatever the balances is in a trial balance. Anybody? Now? I'm having 1301 attendees. One of the, even at least one of the student knows, na? No? So whatever the balances are in the trial balance, only it will get one side effect. Like suppose in a trial balance, capital account is there. So capital account effect will goes to the balance sheet. Capital account effect will goes to the only balance sheet. And if the purchase account balance is there, so purchase account balance will take reflect in P&L. Okay, so I can check in the Tally. I can check. See, you can check the profit and loss account. Alt F1 is a shortcut key for the detail mode. See, purchase is there, sales is there, and gross profit it automatically calculated. These types of calculation is known as an embedded calculation. Tally will automatically calculate your net profit or net loss or whatever, gross profit or gross loss. Same thing, total is there, 1,09,000, 1,09,000. Same, you can check the balance sheet. See, in a balance sheet, you can check the total is there, 1459, 1459. Isn't it? Is it clear? Is it clear? Only you have to set yes or no. Okay, under the question answer window. Now, today I'm going to give you the explanation on vouchers. How can we create the vouchers? So before that, please check my PPT. In the first session, we learn what are the masters in Tally. And only I gave you the understanding of ledgers and groups. Rest is remaining, that is cost centers, budget, scenario, voucher types. I'm only giving you the, I already given you the understanding on ledgers and groups. Now ledgers are what and groups are what? Groups means, for example, groups. What is groups exactly? According to AS, in the financial statements like trading P&L and balance sheet, it is your, these are the your financial statements. So in a trading account, what hat should be there? The first is a stock, second is a purchase. So two sides are there. One is debit side and second one is credit side. In the debit side, purchases should be there and credit side sales should be there. Direct expenses should be there in the debit side and credit side direct income should be there. So these are known as groups in Tally. These are known as groups in Tally. By default in a Tally, 28 groups are there. Out of 28, 15 groups are main and 13 groups are subgroups. Okay, is it clear? I'm sure you are getting. I'm sure you are getting properly. Now, these are the groups. But under these groups, you have to create the ledgers because it is not necessary every company have the same kind of ledgers. Every company have the same kind of ledgers. For example, salary. Okay, it is not necessary in every company salary should be there. So by default, Tally cannot create the ledgers automatically. But it automatically gives you the default two ledgers. One is cash and second one is P&L. Any doubt is there? If any doubt, then just write down. No? Okay. So ledgers are groups. We already learned this thing. What are groups and what are ledgers? Okay, this was the just brush up. Now today I'm going to give you the understanding of voucher types. Voucher types. Now what is voucher types? Transaction to be recorded, that is known as voucher types. Transactions to be recorded, that is known as a voucher types. Where it should be recorded. For example, suppose I want to enter a one transaction. I want to enter one transaction. The transaction is cash to capital. Cash to capital. Now, cash nature is current assets and capital nature is current liability. Okay, capital nature is current liability. Now, I want to enter this transaction that is cash to capital. So just recognize what kind of transaction it is. Is it the receipt? Is it the payment? Is it the purchase? Is it the sales? Or is it the journal entry? I'm giving you the 2 minutes. I'm giving you 2 minutes. Please answer me. What kind of transaction it is? Is it receipt? Is it payment? Is it contra? Or it is purchase or sale or general? What kind of transaction it is? There is no need to write down the registration number. Whatever the question I am asking from your side, all of the student, just answer me. This is the second class. Okay, no issue. You can send your name and registration number, but at least answer me na, whatever the like I'm asking you the question. So just answer me. Which kind of transaction it is? Which kind of transaction it is? Okay, no matter. You can like write down your registration number and name. And the thing is that whenever you log in with your laptop or your mobile, whatever, na, so you should rename. It is like anonymous, it is showing, but you should write down your name. By name, you should log in. Okay. Just I am reading your messages. Yes, it is receipt type. Now, today I'm going to give you the understanding on vouchers. How can we create the different vouchers? So first of all, I'm going to shut this company. I'm going to shut this company. Shut company. Control F3 is a shortcut key for the shut company. And I'm going to create a one new company. Create company. Okay. So this is the second session company. So I'm going to give you the second session company name. Okay. By default, and the state should be Madhya Pradesh. Now, whatever the state you want, in which state your company situated, you should select that state, because according to the state's rules and regulations are different while taxation. But presently, it will not affect anything. So I'm pressing Control A. Control A is a shortcut key to save the company. Right. Now, the first of all, in this company also, we will not learn the GST. So I should say no. And then again, we will not learn the maintain inventory. Now, first of all, you should understand the what is the inventory and the accounts. What is the accounts and what is the inventory? As I told you earlier in the first session, I told you in a tally, main segments are accounting, inventory, payroll and stationery. In the tally, because it is known as ERP system, because it integrate all four main segments. The first is accounting, second is a inventory, third is a payroll and fourth one is a account stationery. Today I am going to give you the understanding on accounting. Okay, so that's why I said I disable my feature in the F11 key. There is a one feature that is maintain inventory. You should set no, because I don't want to maintain the inventory. When Tally introduced, Tally was introduced by Mr. Bharat Goyanka, who is the developer of the Tally. When they introduced, then they introduced first version, that is Tally 4, then Tally 4.5, then 5. 4.5 and 5, the drastic changes was there. Previously, accounts and inventory. If we want to maintain the inventory, if we want to maintain the accounts. In that case, we have to maintain the accounts only separately and inventory only separately. But they gives us the drastic changes in Tally 5. And in the Tally 5, accounts with inventory option was there. Now, and then from there, from that version, it is continuing giving us the option. We can maintain the accounts as well as the inventory both in a single company. But today I'm going to give you the understanding of maintain accounts only. No, I'm not giving you the understanding of inventory only. I'm only giving you the understanding on maintains accounts only. Maintain accounts only means what? In this case, we have to manually calculate the stock and manually enter the stock account. Okay. For example, first of all, I'm going to create the sum ledgers. Okay. And the best option is please sit in front of your laptops and do it simultaneously. Our class is planned for 2.5, 2 half hour and a 2.5 hour. So it's a like long time. You can sit in front of your laptop and you can do simultaneously. So I'm going to create a one capital ledger and capital account. I can create the capital with the name also ICMAI capital account. No matter the name is, whatever the name is, but this should be correct. If you are not selecting the correct head, then it will goes according to the head. For example, suppose I'm selecting here the current assets. Okay, then it will take reflect in balance sheet asset side. It will take reflect in balance sheet asset side. As I told you, what are the groups? According to the AS, whatever the heads are being in the financial statements, whether it is trading account, whether it is P&L or balance sheet. So whatever the heads according to the financial statements and where it should take reflect, according to that you have to select. For example, this is my capital account and capital account should take reflect in the balance sheet liability side. So the heads are given, that is current liability. But under the current liability, it gives us the subgroup, that is capital group, capital account. See, it is the subgroup of current liability. Now, suppose my company, this is my fresh company. I'm going to start a fresh company. So no need to provide here the opening balance. No need to provide here the opening balance. Then press Ctrl A directly. You can press directly Ctrl A. Now second ledger I am going to create, that is material purchase. Material purchase. It should be under, suppose it is under sales account, then it will take reflect in P&L credit side. So instead of that, you should select the purchase. Because the name, no matter what is the name could be anything. M, K, A, B, C, D, whatever. But the head should be correct. Okay. Now Control A. Now I want to repeat the last written name. So there is a key, shortcut key, that is Control R. Control R is a shortcut key to repeat the last written name. Suppose now material sales. Material sales account. Now it should be under sales account and press Control A. Now I am having the salary ledger also. I want to create the salary ledger also. So here salary account. It should under indirect expenses. Indirect expenses, because I want to take reflect of salary in P&L debit side. So it should under indirect expenses. Control A. Then wages account. It should be under direct expenses. Control A. Then again commission account. It should be under direct income. Indirect income. Control A. Now I'm having the bank account also. So I can create the State Bank of India account. Bank of India account. Then it should be under bank account. Right? And if you want, then if you wish, then you can maintain the account number. You can provide here the account number, account holder's name, IFC code, SWIFT code, bank name, etc. But I'm not going to provide here the then control A. Fine. Is it clear? Now press escape, escape. Then ledgers are created. Now you can check from here alter, alter, then ledgers. Ledgers. How many ledgers you created? You created commission. Cash you haven't created because cash is created by default in a tally. Commission, ICMI capital, material purchase, material sales, profit and loss account, that is the default account, salary account, State Bank of India account, and wages account. These are the accounts. But though the presently, this is my fresh company. I started the fresh company. So neither the balance sheet is there. Balance sheet is empty, nor the profit and loss account because this is empty, nor the ratio analysis. Again, this is empty, nor display more reports, trial balance. All things are empty. Why so? Because I started the fresh company. Okay, now I want the first transaction is business started with cash. The first transaction is, okay, I'm going to write here the transactions also. Now I'm going to write here the transactions also so that it should be clear in your mind, like where should it take reflect and what effect, what kind of ledger should be debit or credit. Okay. Is it clear? Anybody have some doubt? Fine. I'm going to write here the transaction. My first transaction is business started with cash. Okay. And the date is 1st April 2024. 1st April 2024. Business started with cash. It is 10 lakh rupees. Then first I should write here the entry. Okay. Now business started with cash. Please like give me the clarification. What kind of entry should be there? Cash account debit. Okay. By how much amount? 10 lakh. And to capital. To capital. And the what kind of transaction is? That is receipt. To capital. debit. Wait a minute, I am going to off the video because okay, so the transaction is business started with cash and the entry should be cash account to capital. Now, how can I enter the transaction in Tally? How can I enter the transaction in Tally? Okay, so first of all, whenever you want to enter the transaction in Tally, so just click on the vouchers. Click on the vouchers. Under the transaction, the voucher option is given. Under the transaction, the voucher option is given. And when you press vouchers, enter. Just press enter. You can check right side, the different voucher types are there. Different voucher types are there, but you can press receipt key voucher. The key for receipt voucher is F6. The key for receipt voucher is F6. Now, in a Tally, receipt payment in Contra. Can you give me the answer? Receipt payment and contra. What is the common thing for all these three nature of transaction? What is the common for all these three transactions? The common is if in all these three transactions have the cash or bank account. One account should be cash or bank. For example, when you press the receipt entry, when you pass the receipt entry, the cash to capital or bank to capital. So one is common, that is cash bank. Again, when you want to pass the payment entry, then salary to cash or bank. And again the contra entry, cash or bank debit to cash if you deposited the amount in bank. Okay, so in the receipt transaction, this is the voucher type. By default, in a tally, 24 voucher types are there. You can check from here. See, alter or chart of accounts, voucher types. How many voucher types are there? There are 24 voucher types. By default, in a tally, 24 voucher types are there. But first voucher we are going to learn, that is the receipt voucher. So in a voucher, first press F6, that is the receipt voucher. In three modes, two modes are there. I told you, like, what are the modes? You can enter in a single entry mode or you can enter in a double entry mode. Now, what is mode? Mode means Tally knows one common account, because receipt payment in Contra, one common ledger always be there, either cash or bank. For example, when you make the payment, then in a payment, two cash or two bank should be there. Then if you receive something from somebody, then cash or bank should be debited. And same thing in a Contra, when you deposited in the bank, then cash to be credited, or you fetch the amount from your bank account, then cash account should be debited. So one common ledger is always be there in receipt payment and Contra. So you can change the mode from here. Suppose you want to enter in a single entry mode. So one account should be there, that is cash. See, it is giving me cash or bank option. No option it is giving. No other option it is giving. It is only giving me two option, cash or bank. Right? So suppose you are not like understanding this mode, then again you can change the mode from here, that is double entry mode. Now what should be credited? That is capital account. By how much amount? 10 lakh. 10 lakh and enter. Then debit cash. Debit cash. Then enter. Then enter the narration, that is business started with cash. Enter. Enter. Is it clear? Is it clear? Anybody have some doubt? Anybody have some doubt? I switch off the cameras because it becomes very slow. So please write down the query if you have. Is it clear? Everybody only you are only typing the registration number. Please answer me. The question I am asking you, that is what? Cash to capital, I enter the transaction in receipt mode. Is it clear? Anybody have some doubt? It should not be the journal entry. It should be the receipt entry, right? You cannot enter the journal entry because journal entry is only for the adjustment entries. Journal entries is only for the adjustment entries. Please do not, apart from the adjustment entries, please do not enter any entry in the JV. Okay, thank you, Jamal. Thank you. Nagaraj, you are writing. No, ma'am. What exactly you want to ask? Okay. Can you repeat the entry? See, when you want to enter the transaction of capital, your transaction is business started with cash. When you want to enter the transaction business started with cash, the entry should be cash to capital. The entry should be cash to capital. Cash account debit to capital. Then in Tally, you want to enter the entry. Then you have to click on the vouchers. You have to click on the vouchers. So just check my screen. You have to click on the vouchers. Vouchers are given under the gateway of Tally. In the gateway of Tally, just click on the vouchers and press F6. F6 is used for the receipt. And then enter the entry ICMI capital. See, I already entered the 10 lakh rupees. So it is showing me the balance of capital, that is 10 lakh rupees. Again, I am entering the 10 lakh rupees, enter cash. And you can press Ctrl A directly. Is it? And now suppose you want to alter the entry. Whatever the entry you pass, you want to check that entry or you want to alter that entry. Then day book. Just open the day book. Day book is a report of current date entry. What is the current date? See, it is showing you the current date. Date of last entry is 1st April. So if you want to check the current date entry, then press enter on the day book. So day book is a place from where you can check the current date entry. But you can check the previous date entry also, but presently I'm not having any previous date entry. Then gradually when I pass the entries, then I'll check how can we check the previous date entry. Is it clear? Is it clear? If anybody have doubt, then please write down. Is it clear? Okay. Should I move ahead? Okay. Clear. Twinkle, thank you so much. Thanks for the responding. Okay. Now next transaction. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. No doubt. Okay. Thank you so much. So I'm going for the next transaction. Okay. Now next transaction. Next transaction is, it is on 2nd April. 2nd April. I'm going to write here the transaction. Second April. Okay. Now the transaction is purchases from Ram. How much? 4,50,000. What will be the entry? What will be the entry? Purchase account debit to Ram account. Okay. By how much amount? 4,50,000. 4,50,000. 4,50,000 debit and 4,50,000 credit. 4,50,000. Now I want to pass this entry in a tally so that it will take reflect in P&L. So how can I pass the entry? Go to the vouchers, press F9. F9 is a shortcut key for the purchase. F9 is a shortcut key for the purchase. Again, in a sale or purchase, you can enter the entry either in a accounting mode or in a voucher mode or in a item invoice. But in this company, you are not having the items, so you cannot pass the entry in an item invoice. Either you can pass the entry in accounting mode or voucher mode. You can change the mode from here. See, here is an option Control H. Control H is a shortcut key to change the mode. Control H is a shortcut key to change the mode. Either you can pass the entry in accounting invoice or as voucher. If you want to pass the entry in as voucher, like debit credit, so it will give you the option debit and credit. But if you want accounting mode, then again you can change the mode from here, accounting invoice. Suppose this is invoice number 01. Party name is we still not created the party. Then how can we directly create the ledger from here? Should I press escape and then create from here? No. If you forget to create the ledgers, then you can directly create the ledgers while creating the vouchers also. While passing the entry. Okay. Bill number 01. And it is of 2nd April. Now party name is not created. So how I can create? Alt C. By pressing the shortcut key, that is Alt C. Charles account. And Charles is my sundry creditor. And that like bill wise detail you should maintain. What is the bill wise detail? Bill wise detail means you want to maintain the according to the bill. On which bill you are purchasing and on against which bill you are paying the amount. So you should maintain the bill by bill. Yes. Then press Control A. Press Control A. Just a minute. Wait a minute, please. Unfortunately, my Tally is shut down. So how can I open? Just double click on the TallyPrime. It's giving me okay. So I should control panel because of the memory. It is giving me the error. So I should wait a minute, please. You have to wait 4 to 5 minutes. Okay. So students, please tell me whether you understood the receipt voucher or not. Receipt voucher or not. So that I can move ahead, I am going to give you the understanding on purchase voucher. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for the responding. Okay, you want, I already have a tally. I'm not getting your name, but your question is, can I still download TallyPrime for the educational purpose? Yes, you can download the TallyPrime. You can manage the two versions simultaneously, tally.erp9 as well as the TallyPrime. Is it? Is it clear? You can install both tally.erp9 and TallyPrime also. Okay. Now I'm sure your option is correct. Okay, we have Sovankar. Your question is we have buy and two option instead of DRCR. Sovankar, please press F12 key. F12 is a shortcut key for the configuration. I'm going to tell you first. Let me start the tally again because my system is giving some memory issue. I uninstalled some options. Okay. Now I'm going to give you the understanding on how you can of the CRDR instead of 2 by. Okay. So Vankar, let me give just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. If you pressed F12, then F12 is a shortcut key for the screen configuration. From there, you can find the option use DRCR instead of 2 by. So if you want to use the 2 by, then set it no. If you want to use CRDR, then set it yes. Okay. See, I'm going to select the company. Select company. And my current company was second session company. Okay. Then vouchers. See, in the receipt, you're finding CRDR 2 by instead of CRDR. So press F12. F12 is a shortcut key for the screen configuration and set it yes, use CRDR instead of 2 by. Now I'm sure you solve it will resolve your problem. Suvankar, it resolve your problem. Okay, so our transaction was purchase account debit to Charles account and we created the Charles account. So first we should press F9. We should press F9. The bill number is 01. Enter. Then the party name is Charles. Now it is coming. Previously it was not there. Why? Because we create the Charles account. If we wish to create the Charles account from here, then Control Alt C. Just press Alt C. Alt C is a shortcut key to create the ledgers while creating the vouchers. Right? And then it should be under which head? Sundry creditor. It should be under which head? Sundry creditor. See, you can check from here. It should be under sundry creditor. Now, party account should be credit. It is giving me the party account. And if you want to change the mode, like you want to change the debit credit mode, you want to check the debit credit, then again change the mode. Again, change the mode. Okay. Fine. Now material purchase should be debited. Material purchase should be debited. See, enter. And if you want, no, it should be in a CRDR mode. Then again change the mode. Again change the mode. Enter. How much amount? 4,50,000. $4,50,000. Here should be 4,50,000. Enter. Then press, just write down the narration, and here the new reference should be there. 4 options are there. Method of adjustment are 4: advance, against reference, new reference, and on account. Actually, this is basically this will be used for the referencing purpose. When you want to make the payment, then you have to select the against payment. And when you want to make the advance payment, then you have to select the advance. Otherwise, you don't want to manage this bill wise detail, then set on account. But I'm going to set here the bill new reference. Bill number 1. Enter purchases on credit. Enter, enter. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? Now 2 entries are there. One is, see from where you can check the entries, day book. Then because I enter the all both entries I entered on the 1st April. So it is showing me both the entries. One is capital entry and second one is charge entry. Is it clear? Anybody have some doubt? Anybody have some doubt? Anybody? I'm sure like most of the questions I answered already. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the responding. Side panel, Vanchika, I press the shortcut key. Vanchika, how you are navigating between the side panels? That is shortcut keys. Okay. Sayed Maliha, what do you want to repeat? Please tell me. Okay, most of the students are saying understood the transaction. Yes, you should download the TallyPrime release 5.1. Don't download edit log, okay? Don't download edit log. I'm reading your question, I'm checking your questions, and I'm answering your questions. Yeah, Anup, we will teach the practical entry with inventory, but later on we will check. First, we are taking the accounts only example, okay? I'm sure I already answered all the queries. No, you cannot, Sumit, you cannot do the practice using the mobile. You should have the laptop or computers. Priya, while creating the capital, in which voucher type should select? See, like if you want to enter the transaction that is cash to capital, then you should select the receipt voucher. And if you want to create the capital ledger, then you should select the capital account under capital account. Okay. Voucher, what is voucher? Voucher type voucher is transaction type should be recorded. Voucher means transaction type you should record. Like in a manual accounting, when you want to pass the transaction, then there is no need to select the voucher types. Okay, but in software you should select the voucher types so that Tally will give the proper effect. Okay. Dates not showing in the voucher, F2. Shortcut key is F2. Yes. Rakhi, cash debit to capital. Correct. I already delete the temporary file, Ritik. Yes, I intentionally switch off my video because of it is like interrupting the class because network is very slow today. Okay. Now, next transaction. Okay, anybody have doubt? Then you can again raise the queries. Fine. Now the next entry, that is next transaction is sales to Donaldson. Sales to Donaldson. So I am writing here the transaction. Enter. On, okay, it was Charles. So instead of Ram, I created the Charles account. And it is on 1st April. Now next transaction I am going to enter on the 2nd April. Okay. Goods sold to Donaldson. For how much amount? It is 5,50,000. And they sold the 80% of purchase. Okay. Then the entry should be Donaldson account debit 5,50,000 to sales account by again 5,50,000. 5,50,000. Okay, now how can I enter the entry in Tally? Just assume. First, go to the voucher. Now the first thing is you should change the date. F2. Then 2nd April, enter. Then invoice number. Just press F8. F8 is a shortcut key for sales. Then Donaldson. I don't have the Donaldson account. Then Alt C. Donaldson account, enter. It should under sundry debtor. Then 15 days credit period, Control A. Then Control A because I don't want to mention these details. Then Control A. Then sales account, material sales. How much? 5,50,000. Enter, enter, enter. Then here is again the new reference because bill number sales 01 is created. Sales 01. Okay, is it clear? Okay, now next. The next transaction is on 1st May because I cannot enter the date 3rd April. So I'm changing the month 1st May 24. Right? Again material purchase from Charles on bill number 02. The entry should be, you can copy and paste or you can directly again pass the entry. Purchases account debit by how much amount? That is 2,50,000. So 2,50,000 to Charles. That is CR. And the amount should be again same 2,50,000. Right? So how can I pass the entry? Again purchase F9. So first make sure you change the date. The date should be F2. F2 is a shortcut key to change the date. 1/5. 1st May. The invoice number is bill number 02. Enter. Party name is Charles. There is no need to create the Charles account because it is already created. In the previous transaction, we created the Charles account. Enter. Control A and Control A. Then material purchase. How much? 2,50,000. 2,50,000. Now you can repeat the narration. Here it should be new reference. Okay, here it should be new reference. Now from Charles we purchased twice time. So two references are there. One is bill number 001 and second one is bill number 02. Then Control R. To repeat the last narration, you can press the Control R. Purchase on credit. Enter, enter. Is it clear? Is it clear? See, I'm not getting the name. Somebody written here, ma'am, please explain again. But like you should write down the name and you should write what things you want to again, what things for what you want to explanation again. Just write down what you should what you want. What should I explain again? Because I'm getting your query, that is, ma'am, please explain again, but you are not writing your name. You are not writing what explanation you want. Yes, Ranjit, I'm going to take this example, loan amount received from bank. Yes, wait. What you want explanation? What explanation you want, please? See, we will learn that so many receipt times we will pass the receipt voucher, then definitely you will learn. I'll give you the understanding on inventory now, but first you should learn the basics now. Yes, company deletion is possible. F key is not working in your laptops because you have to press the function keys with function key, function plus F1, then it will work. Okay, function with then function key. So you should press function keys plus function. Yes, F12 will not support Dhruvi. You should press F with the function key. Okay. Okay. Chat box, you are responding. Just I'm checking. Okay. So again, we are going to move in the tally and we are going to pass the payment voucher. As all of you know, we purchased twice time from Charles. In the day book, you can check. Presently, here only one entry it is showing. Press Alt F2. If you want to change the period for which it show the entry, please note down. If you want to change the period for which day book should show the entries, then press Alt F2. 1/4, 1st April to 1st May. See, it is showing me the entries. All the entries it is showing me. We pass the 4 entries and all the entries it is showing me. Okay, if we want to delete one of the entry, then Alt D. Alt D is a shortcut key to delete the entry, but I'm not deleting here. Escape. I don't want to delete here, then escape. If you want to alter the entry, press enter and you can make the changes whatever you want. You can make the changes whatever you want. Okay, then escape. Now I can check my P&L here. See, the purchases is there and material sales is there. But it is showing me the net loss. Why? Because in accounts in company, only company, it will not calculate the stock automatically. It will not calculate the stock automatically. In that case, we have to enter the by physically calculation, we have to calculate physically stock and we have to enter the stock. Okay, but I'm not entering the stock presently. I'm going to give you the understanding on payment entry. Now vouchers F5. F5. Suppose I make the payment on 2nd May. On 2nd May, I make the payment to Charles. To whom I'm going to make the payment? Charles. Who is the Charles? Charles is my creditor. So it is showing me 2 reference. One is on bill number 1, second one is on bill number 2. So against bill number 1, I make the payment of 2,50,000. Enter, enter, enter. Then cash. So 2,50,000, I make the payment against bill number 1. Though the 2 references are there, bill number 1, bill number 2. But the partially I paid the bill number 1 payment. Enter, enter, enter. Is it clear? Is it clear? You can check in the balance sheet. Okay, you can check the balance sheet. But before balance sheet, you should check the display more reports trial balance. Display more reports trial balance. All the accounts balance automatically shifted to the trial balance. Okay, all the ledger balance automatically shifted to the trial balance. Now you want to check the ledgers. You want to check the ledgers, then account books, ledgers. Suppose you want to check the cash ledger and Alt F2 from 1/4 to 2nd. From 1 to 2nd. Okay. So this way you can check the ledgers. Tally will automatically open the ledgers. Tally will automatically open the ledgers. Now press escape. Escape. Then okay, now again press escape. Now suppose you want to check the Charles account. Then just press Alt F2. For what I am pressing Alt F2? We want to check the previous date entries also. So 1/4 to 2nd May. Then it is showing me the entries. Material purchase. We purchased on 1st April on bill number 01. Then we purchased again on bill number 02 on 1st May. Then we made payment by cash only 2,50,000. Then still balance is there 4,50,000. Okay, now next we can check the material purchase ledger. Alt F2, then set the period. Period is necessary. Period is necessary. Unless until you are not pressing the period, then it will show the current date entries also. In the day book also, see in the day book, it is showing me only the current date entry. So we want to check the previous date entry, then set the date period. Is it clear? Is it clear? If not, then again you can raise the query. Any doubt? Any doubt in the like ledgers? Because we checked the ledgers, we already checked the balance sheet and P&L. So that we can move. Just say yes or no so that I can move ahead. Okay, so I'm assuming everybody is getting properly. Fine. Okay, so I'm going to move ahead again. Next. Now everything is there. Balance sheet is there. Okay. Then P&L is there. Even the ratio analysis, Tally will automatically show you the ratio analysis. What is current ratio? What is quick ratio? What is debt equity ratio? Gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, and so on. Okay. Now next, you can check display more reports, trial balance. What is trial balance? Where all the ledgers balances should be posted. Then what is day book? Day from day, like if we want to check the vouchers we have created, then we can check the day book. But in the day book, it will only show the current date entry. If we want to check the previous date entry, then press Alt F2 and set the period. Okay, next, then cash flow. You can check the cash flow. See, it will show you the graph also. This is the graph. This is the graph. Then fund flow also. You can show the graph also. Then account books. For all the ledgers, you have to check the account books. For the group summary, how many debtors you have, how many creditors you have, you can check from here. For example, bank account. Only presently, I'm not having any bank account. So I can create the bank account so that I can give you the clarification on contra entry. So first, I'm going to create a one bank account. Create ledger. State Bank of India. Then bank account. Three banks are there. One is bank account that is under current assets. Second is bank OCC that is under current liability that is current account. Then OD that is overdraft. So all like these two are current liabilities and bank account is current assets. Enter. Now whatever the cash, how much cash I am having, whatever the cash I am having, I want to deposit it in the bank. Okay, State Bank of India. Now, if I want to deposit it in the bank, then you should pass the contra entry. You should pass the contra entry. How you can pass the contra entry? See, one ledger is created by you. You can check by pressing the alter. alter ledger. You create the State Bank of two banks created, State Bank of India and A. So now I want to deposit it in bank. So just press F4. F4 is a shortcut key for Contra, State Bank of India. State Bank of India. Enter. Then how much amount? 2,50,000. Now you have to give the clarification whether it is check or not. But presently I am going to deposit the cash, so I don't have the check number. Then enter. It should be here the cash. First credit should be there. How much amount I am having? So 4,50,000 I am going to deposit in the bank. Debit SBI. And I don't want to mention the check, then Control A. Enter. Enter. Is it clear? Is it clear? Now my bank having 4,50,000 balance. I can check in the balance sheet. See, bank accounts, how much it is? 4,50,000. From here you can check the entry also. Whether you can alter the entry, and suppose you forget to mention the denomination. So from here you can mention the denomination. So how much, like 4,50,000? Say 900 currency, 500 currency, 900 you deposited in the bank. Enter. Control A. Control A. Then you can check the balance sheet. See. Okay. Now you can now your debtor has provided a check to as a full and final payment. Which one is who is your debtor? You can check from here. More reports, account books, ledger. Who is your debtor? That is Donaldson. Donaldson 5,50,000 rupees. Donaldson have the balance, debit balance 5,50,000 rupees. So he paid 5,50,000 rupees, but he paid 3 lakh in cash and 2,50,000 in by bank. By providing in the ICICI bank check. So how we can pass the entry? Anybody have some idea? How we can pass the entry? See, on 1st June, Donaldson paid 5,50,000 by giving ICICI check number, whatever you mention here. Okay. For how much amount? 2,50,000. And by cash. How much amount? 3 lakh. Now please concentrate on the entry. Huh? How can I pass the entry? Because he paid me in a cash and bank both. So how I can, but first you should tell me which voucher I should pass. I'm giving you 1 minute. Just think about it. Which voucher I should pass? I should pass receipt voucher. Then to whom I should credit it? I should credit the Donaldson. Against reference, because we already sold the material to Donaldson, 5,50,000. So I should credit for whole amount. Then debit cash. How much I am receiving the cash? 3 lakh rupees. And debit also SBI. By how much amount? 2,50,000. Now you can mention here the instrument number and the bank name. Bank name is ICICI Bank, or specify the bank name ICICI Bank. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear? How I enter the entry while I'm receiving the amount by cash and by bank also. By cash and by bank also. Is it? Okay. Now the next. Next. Payment made by check. Salary paid by check. Simple entry. Salary paid by check. On 2nd June. Salary paid by check. How much amount? 25,000. Then the entry will be salary account debit 25,000 to SBI 25,000. Which voucher I should pass? Which voucher I should pass? Payment F5. Okay, but I don't have the salary account. So Alt C. Alt C is a shortcut key to create the ledger directly from the transaction. Salary account. Under which group? Salary is already exist. So I can select salary. Then 25,000. Enter. And I paid by check. SBI. State Bank of India. 25,000. Then check number is 001. This is the first check I provided. Okay. You can provide the check range also. Check range also. But here it is not applicable. Why? Because while creating the SBI, I didn't provide the check range. So it is giving me the not applicable. Is it clear? Okay, just check. Salary will take reflect in P&L account. See. Salary will take reflect in P&L account. Right? Now next. Now the next entry is sold by cash. Okay. Material sold by cash. So 2nd August. Material sold by cash. How much amount? 1,20,000. The entry should be cash account debit 1,20,000 to sales account. Sales account. $1,20,000. Then how can I pass the entry? Voucher. Now, material sold by cash. Can we pass the receipt entry? Can we pass the receipt entry? We can pass the receipt entry because in the receipt we can pass cash to sales. But while searching the entries, like suppose we want to search the sales entry, then it will not show because we passed in a receipt entry. We are going to learn how can we find out the entries. So first just press F6. F6. Okay. And here sales account debit. Material sales account debit. How much? 1,20,000. 1,20,000. Enter cash. Control A, because in this case referencing is not important. Now, if we want to find out the sales entry, only sales entry you want to find out, then just go to the day book, press Alt F2. Then set the period. Now press F4. F4 is a shortcut key for the filter the entry. Now you want only the sales entry. F4 is a shortcut key to filter the entry. Now you only want to check out the sales entry. Now it is not showing me the cash sales entry. Why it is not showing me the cash sales entry? Why it is not showing me the cash sales entry? Because you pass that entry on receipt voucher. Though the effect is not incorrect. See, in the P&L, you can check your sale is increased by 1,20,000. Now your sales is 6,70,000. Previously it was 5,50,000. Because of the cash sale, your sales has increased. But while filtering the entry in a day book, it is not showing you the sales entry. So that's why when you pass the entry of cash sales, then you should pass the entry in a sales. So now you already passed the receipt entry. How can you alter that entry? By pressing the day book, and which entry you want to alter? Then just press F8 for sales. F8 for sales and pass the entry. Control A. Again Control A. Then sales. Material sales account. Enter. $1,20,000. Okay. Now enter and press Control A. Now you can find out the sales entry while filtering in the day book. What is the shortcut key for filter the vouchers? That is F4. F4. F8. Then Control A. Then again press Control A because we don't want to mention the other details. Then material sales. Enter. Control A. Okay, in that case, first you should delete the entry. If it is giving you the problem, then Alt D. Alt D the shortcut key to delete the entry. Then Alt A, directly you can pass the entry from here. F8. Party name is cash. Then Control A. Control A, sales. 1,20,000. Now it is saving. See? Okay. Now you can find out Alt F2, 1st April to. Okay. Alt F2, 1st April to 2nd August. Then F4. Then you can find out the sales entry. Now it is giving you the cash sales entry also. Check. Isn't it? Is it clear? Fine. So I am sure you are getting properly. Now, next entry. Now still Charles have the remaining payment. I should make the remaining payment, but before that I can check one report. That is the aging report. Students, you know what is the aging report? I'm sure the students, because you are the commerce student, so you should know the aging report. What is aging report? What is aging report exactly? Everybody knows what is aging report? Everybody knows? Aging report means, see, I'm having the credit policy because I told you bill wise detail I should set yes. In 15 days, I provided the credit period. So in my credit policy, I should make the payment in within a 15 days. But if it is not in the 15 days, within 15 days, I haven't made the payment, then I can check the aging report. How many days are overdues? Okay, so how I can check the aging report? So again, switch to the tally. And there is an option in a display more reports. There is an option statement of accounts. Then outstanding payable. You can check from here. See, 16 days are overdue. 16 days overdue. See, here it is. Payable. 16 days. You can check from here. Overdue by days. 16 days. And recently I sold on 1st May. So still my last date is, what is my last date? My last date is 2nd May. So that's why it is not giving me the overdue days for the second transaction. In case I pass the entry, one entry I pass again, vouchers, then F2. I pass the entry 1st June. On 1st June, I passed the entry and I made the payment for salary or wages. Okay, wages. That is 5,500 by cash. And though the date is 1st June and I already purchased on 2nd May. So 2nd May to 1st June. The payment should be made on 17th of May, but still payment is not made. So it is giving me the aging report of that transaction also. You can check. Statement of accounts, outstanding, payables. See, 16 days are overdue for this transaction, 46 days are overdue for this transaction. Anybody have some doubt? Right? I'm sure you are getting. I'm sure you are getting properly. I'm giving you the 5 minutes. Please check. Please check and write down in the question answer box. Anything else you want to ask? No? Everybody understood? Aging report. Please write down the sequence from where I should check the aging report. From where I should check the aging report? Yes, correct. Anybody who is not getting properly? Should I move ahead? Okay. Yeah, I'll tell to the like HO, like you, they should turn the chat box, okay? Because in the question answer, the problem is there. Okay, I can understood that thing. Okay, so we are moving ahead, right? From tomorrow, na, we will switch on the we will enable the chat box so that you can easily message me. Because in the question answer box, it is very difficult to find out the settings. Okay. Next transaction, है ना? And almost the last transaction, last two transaction and three transactions are remaining. So I'm sure you learn the how to filter the entry in a day book. Okay, fine. And what is the aging report? Receivable. Presently, we don't have any receivable because we already received complete amount from the Donaldson, right? Next. Then statistics. What is statistics? How many groups you have, how many ledgers you have, how many voucher types are there, and how the number of vouchers. Contra you created only one. Okay, and then you made three payments. Then you made two purchases. You made two receipts. You made two sales. Is it this report is very important for us? That is statistics. Right now I'm going to make the another transactions. I'm going to make the another transactions vouchers. Now next transaction which I'm going to mention here, that is payment. Okay, 2nd August, on 2nd August made the payment to the party, made the payment to the Charles. Okay, and receive 500 rupees as discount. Right? So in a full and final, I made the full and final payment. Made the full and final payment. Here you should write down made the full and final payment. Full and final payment. So what will be the entry for full and final payment and discount? In this case, discount received is our income. In this case, discount received in our income. So whatever the income is there, that should be credited. That should be credited. So because I made the full and final payment, so Charles account should be debit with whole amount. Charles account should be debit with complete amount. Whatever the amount is remaining, I'll check. Account debit. And with whole amount, full amount. Full amount. Right? Then to cash or bank, whatever you made. And to discount received. Discount received. So how I can enter the entry in a tally? You should check. Okay. Now the entry should be in a payment voucher. So charge should be debited by whole amount. How many references are there? One is for 2 lakh and second one is 2 lakh 50,000. So I should completely credit by complete amount. So 4 lakh 50,000 balance is there. So I should debit by 4 lakh 50,000 and I paid 4 lakh 45,500. So if I paid cash 1 lakh rupees and State Bank of India 2 lakh 3 lakh 45,000, 49,000, no? 49,500. Okay, then I should mention here the instrument number. Then Alt C, discount account should be created. Discount received. That should under indirect income. Then Control A and 500 rupees. Is it clear? You should check this entry. This is very important entry, you know. It's a very important entry because I made the payment full and final payment and I received 500 rupees as discount. Anybody have some query? Just I'm checking your messages. Okay, so I'm going to move ahead. Next entry. Anybody have some doubt? Okay, I'm getting the message clear, 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 ma'am. Okay, that's mean no doubt is there. Just a minute, wait, I'm checked here. Just a minute, I'm checking the chat. Okay, so we are going to next entry, है ना? Next entry is, and this is the important entry. Now you want to enter the stock and by physical calculation, because we are maintaining the accounts only. We are using the tally in accounts only. In this case, tally will not calculate the stock automatically. Is it? Is it clear? Tally will not calculate the stock automatically because we are using the tally accounts only, company accounts only. So in that case, we have to create the first stock account. We have to create the first stock account. Stock account should be under stock in hand. Stock ledger should be under stock in hand. So I'm going to create a stock account that is under stock in hand. Create ledger, and then stock account. Stock account. Okay, and it should be under stock in hand. But in case it should be under stock in hand. But in case you select the incorrect group, that is current assets. That is current assets. Okay, then you cannot alter the stock because stock should be under stock in hand. But if you by mistake you created the stock account under the stock in hand. Once you saved it, then you cannot correct it. Please note down. Once you set the stock under current assets, then you cannot alter it. Okay, then you should. So while creating the stock account, please take care. It should be under stock in hand. It should be under stock in hand. And I don't have the opening balance. So there is no need to mention the opening balance. Now I want to enter the closing balance. I want to enter the closing balance. So how I can enter the closing balance? By altering the stock ledger. Alter stock. Alter ledger stock. Here. Okay, now I don't have the opening balance. I don't have the opening balance. Only I need to enter the closing balance. So here just enter, enter, and enter. Do not enter anything in 1st April, And then I'm having the stock on 2nd August. That is by valuation because I already valued it. And then I find out my stock valued is 1,80,000. 1,80,000. Then just press Control A. Do not change DRCR because I told you in stock. See, again one question is there. Always be the closing stock is given out of the trial balance. Closing stock valued on 2nd August is 1,80,000. Now, how many effect should be there? For a stock account, how many effect should be there? Write down. How many effect should be there? Yes, there should be 2 effect. One is on P&L. You can check in the P&L. Alt F1. The stock is there. See? But still it is not, stock is not there. Why? Because it is showing me the 1st June P&L. 1st April to 1st June. So I should change period. Alt F2. Alt F2. Then 2nd August. Escape. By mistake, I press the enter. So I should press escape. Escape. Then Alt F2. First, you should select the P&L. Escape. P&L. Then Alt F2. 2nd August. See how much stock is there? 1,80,000. 1,80,000 stock is there. And now the profit is 1,20,000. Now you can check the balance sheet because closing stock will take reflect in the balance sheet also. 2nd August. See. The balance sheet is matched. Your balance sheet is 11,20,000. Because your net profit will directly add here in the capital and closing stock, debtors, cash in and bank account is there. Isn't it? Is it clear? I'm sure you are getting everything. Now, I purchased the furniture. Okay, I purchased the furniture on 2nd August. Okay, on 2nd August, 2nd September. Purchased the furniture for 25,000. What would be the entry? By bank, by check. Okay. So the entry will be furniture account debit to SBI. Where should I pass this entry? Where should I pass this entry? Payment. F5. F5 is a shortcut key for the payment. Change the date. F2. 2nd September. So furniture account is not there. So Alt C. Just create the furniture account under fixed assets. Control A. For how much amount I purchased? 25,000. Enter. Then cash or bank, sorry. SBI. Then 25,000. You can mention the check also. Furniture purchased. Okay, it will take reflect in balance sheet. You can check the balance sheet. Balance sheet. Alt F2. Then 2nd September. See. Now here is a Alt F1 furniture. Is it? Is it? Okay. Now, the next entry is, suppose, first of all, you should check the balances. How you can check the balance? Display more reports, account books, ledger, then Charles account. It is nil because I already made the final payment. Then Donaldson account. I already received the complete payment. Now the thing is, we already checked the receipt voucher, payment voucher, purchase voucher, sales voucher, contra voucher. Only the remaining is JV. Only the remaining is general entry. And accounting voucher. These are the very important vouchers. Which one? Receipt, payment, contra, sales, purchase, general. These are very important vouchers. So today we learn receipt voucher already. Also we learn the receipt voucher, payment voucher, then purchase voucher, sales voucher, contra voucher we already learned. Now the remaining is JV, general voucher. Okay. Now suppose I purchased the material F9. Okay, bill number 02. Okay, I sold it. I want to sell it. Okay, I sell the material in the party is different party I am going to create. Okay, that is Ronnie Associates. That is sundry debtor. Because I want to sell the material. Okay, that is Ronnie Associates. And 15 days credit period is there. Control A. Party name is Ronnie's Associates. And I sold the material. Okay, by how much amount I sold it? 2,50,000. Enter. Now new reference should be there. That is sales 05. Right? Now, again, I am going to write here the transaction. Second, right? Material sold to Ronnie Associates. How much amount? 2,50,000. Right, the entry should be, I already completed the entry. Now on 2nd October, I received the amount from Ronnie. How much amount? 2 lakh. And rest is bad debts. 50,000 bad debts is there. What will be the entry? Please think about it. Out of 2,50,000, I already received the 2 lakh rupees. Rest is bad debts. So how I record the bad debts? First of all, I should receive the amount from Ronnie, right? And rest, the 50,000 should be in a bad debts. Okay, so first of all, how should I pass the entry? So for this kind of entries, you should pass the general entries. For adjustment entries, you should pass the JVs. And bad debt should be our indirect expenses. So bad debts. Then indirect expenses. Control A. How much bad debts are there? 50,000. To whom I should credit? Think about it. I'm giving you 1 minute. Think about it. To whom I should credit? I should credit Ronnie. Against reference, 50,000. Okay, now 50,000 bad debts will appear in the P&L. It will take reflect in debit side of P&L. I can check. Now only 2 lakh balance is there for the Ronnie. Now you can check. See, 50,000 is bad debts. 50,000 is bad debts. Now Ronnie only have the balance, display more reports, account books, ledgers. Ronnie. Now he is only having the 2 lakh rupees balance. Now I can receive the 2 lakh rupees by passing the entry. So in the JV, all the adjustment entries should be passed in the JV vouchers, general vouchers. Okay. So how I can receive the amount? F6. F6. Then State Bank of, like Ronnie, first of all, Ronnie, you should completely credit by complete amount. You should credit the Ronnie by complete amount. Against reference, 2 lakh rupees. Because I want to clear the payment from Ronnie. And I received as check. State Bank of India. This one. Enter, enter, enter. Now he gives me the ICICI Bank or specify the bank. Suppose he gave me the CBI, Central Bank of India check. Okay. Enter, enter. I'm sure you got the things. Which kind of entries in general entry? Any example? Any example you can provide me? Apart from the bad debts, which kind of entry I can pass in the general? Any example, please provide me. Please provide me the example. Yes. Please provide me the example. Apart from the bad debts, which kind of entry I can pass in the JV, general entry? Yes, please. Is it? Depreciation. Exactly. Depreciation entry I can pass in the JV. Suppose on 31st March. On 31st March, I depreciate the furniture by SLM method. 2,500. By SLM method. SLM method means straight line method. 2,500. I want to depreciate the furniture at the end of the period. I want to depreciate the furniture at the end of the period by 2,500. So how can I pass the entry? How can I pass the entry? 31st March. March. Depreciation charged on furniture. SLM method. है ना, straight line method. By how much amount? 2,500. Then how can I depreciate? Depreciation account debit. Debit 2,500 to furniture. 2,500. So furniture will depreciate by 2,500. So I can apply in the tally. Now, today the network is very slow. Okay. Now, entry should be passed in the JV. So first vouchers, go to the vouchers, press F7. F7 is a shortcut key for JV. F7. Then furniture, I don't have the furniture ledger, then Alt C. Sorry, depreciation, furniture is there, huh? Depreciation account, enter. Under indirect expenses, Control A. Then by how much amount I should pass? 2,500, enter. And I want to depreciate the furniture, then furniture account credit, enter. Charge, depreciation on furniture. And the date should be, then to change the date, press F2, 31st March. Enter, enter. Now I can check the furniture account also and first P&L because depreciation will take reflect in P&L. See, here is a depreciation, 2,500. And I can also check the balance sheet because 25,000 minus 2,500. The furniture will appear in balance sheet. By how much amount? You can check from here. Under current assets, you can check the furniture. This is 22,500. Why? Because you purchase the furniture for 25,000 and less depreciation. 2,500 is you charge the depreciation 2,500. I'm sure you are getting. Is it clear? So how much vouchers we learned today? In today's session, we learned receipt, payment, contra, sale, purchase, general. Receipt, payment, contra, sale, purchase, general. 6 vouchers we learn. So make sure you learn in a proper way. Now the last entry, last voucher of today, that is debit note. Debit note. Why we pass the debit note? First, just write down. Why we pass the debit note? I'm giving you 1 minute. Why we pass the debit note? We pass the debit note for purchase return. We pass the debit note for purchase return. And why we pass the credit note? For sales return. Okay. So here, suppose I purchased the items from Charles. Charles is our, just a minute. Charles is our creditor. Yes. We purchased some items. Just press F9. Then bill number 06. Okay, I purchased some items from Charles. Purchase, material purchase. For how much amount? 1,50,000. Enter, enter. Then new reference, bill number 6. Now I want to return the stock to Charles. Why so? Because it is damaged. Out of 1,50,000, 20,000 stock, I valued the 20,000 20,000 stock value. I found it damaged. So first of all, I should check 1,50,000 is up here. It will take reflect in P&L because my purchase will increase by 1,50,000. See, my purchase is increased by 1,50,000. I can check. I can see in a tally drill down is there. I can enter here. Then I found then March 1,50,000. By purchasing the 1,50,000 amount, my purchase had increased now 8,50,000. But out of 1,50,000, I found 25,000 stock is damaged. So I want to return it to the Charles. So how I can return it? What will be the entry? What will be the entry? Please write down. What will be the entry? Definitely Charles account debit to purchase. Charles account debit to purchase. So that entry will be on debit note. That transaction, the transaction type should be debit note. We cannot pass it in a purchase. It should be debit note. So how I can pass the debit note? By pressing Alt F9. Vouchers. If you wish, then you can find out from here. See, F10 is a shortcut key for other vouchers. Then from here, you can find out the Alt F5. Alt F5 is a shortcut key for debit note. So I returned the items to Charles, stock to Charles. Then original invoice number. You should write down the original invoice number. Original invoice number is sales 05. Bill number, na? Bill number 05. Enter. Control A. Then here the purchase return account should be created. Otherwise, it will gives you the net purchase. Alt C. Purchase return account. Under purchase. It should be under purchase because we should credit the purchase account. Okay. Control A. How much amount? 25,000. Enter. Then here you should specify the against reference. Against which bill you are returning? Against bill number 6 you are returning. 25,000. Enter. Enter. So we learn the debit note also, right? Escape, escape. It will take reflect in your P&L. Purchase minus purchase return is there. You can check. Alt F1. See, purchase minus purchase return is there. 8,50,000 is your purchase minus 25,000 is your return. Is it clear? Is it clear? Please, any doubt is there, then you can raise the query. Okay. Okay. Any doubt? Any doubt? See, from tomorrow we will enable the chat box so that you can easily gives me the chat and you can easily raise the queries. Okay. Is debit note is clear? How much vouchers we learned today? How many vouchers we learned today? We learn contra, we learn receipt, we learn payment, sale, purchase, and at the end JVN debit note. Okay. Fine. Okay. So thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Just take your example itself and then start working in Tally. So after the class, just sit 10 minutes more for the assignment or whatever the work I am giving you. Just take your self example. Okay, and do it. And if you find some queries or you are finding difficulties, then tomorrow in the class you can raise the query. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Bye and take care. Have a nice day.
Okay, I'm ending the class now.
Sorry?
I'm ending the class now. Shall I end the class now?
Yes, ma'am. You can end the class. Ma'am, one request is there.
Yeah.
Can we enable the chat box?
Yeah, I will send the mail to IT.
Yeah, you can just enable the chat box and just enable the notification because it is very difficult to find out the question and answers box because in a question and answer box there is some problem. We have to scroll down. So it will kill the time. It is killing the time.
Okay, ma'am.
Right?
So
just
fine.
ask through the IT team, just enable the chat box and just enable the notification.
Okay, ma'am. I'll talk with the
Right?
IT. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
a
you.
lot. Bye.
Yeah,
And take
thank you,
care.
ma'am. Bye. Continue.